Welcome back to the Spinning Backfish Show. It is me, Jack, Mac, Big Ev, and we are joined by Mackenzie Dern ahead of her first title defense in the UFC, which is amazing to say. Welcome to the show, Mackenzie. I wanted to start by asking you, oftentimes us as fans, reporters, media members, we see fighters kind of dislike each other or wonder, do they dislike each other? Do they not? Is it all just a part of competition? And there's been a lot made of Jillian disliking you. But recently you've been saying, hey, I didn't even know that she disliked me. When you prepare for a fight, a competition, you've been doing this for so long, in jiu-jitsu and MMA and others, do you need to get into that mindset of, oh, I need to hate this person? Or do you just go in there and say, hey, this is a competition?
Yeah, I've been competing since I'm 5 years old in jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
So I'm someone who I can like be your friend. We can punch each other in the face, and then I can still be your friend in the end. You know what I mean? And it's like I don't I don't need to. I know that, especially in MMA. I mean, MMA, it's like we're really hurting each other. You know what I mean? Of
Mm.
course, you don't want to see your opponent, no matter what, get an injury that could be like life changing, or stop their career or something like that. But it is a fight, and we are. I mean, we're in for that. We sign up for this. You do have the chance to tap if you want, or give up. So I mean, you don't put too. I just don't put too much into like having to. I mean, some people need to like be cold, I guess, before the fight, and then after they're good, But that's not really my style. I'm the one who's like, hey, we're friends, nice to see you, and
Do
everything,
you
and then we don't fight.
do you feel the tension? Obviously, you've already had a face off on near the on the steps. I think that's the Lincoln Memorial. I forget, not the Lincoln Memorial, wherever it was, the Rocky Steps in
Yeah,
Philly.
yeah.
Do you
Like, come
feel the
on.
tension with her, or is this something that you're looking at and you're just like, hey, I know this person doesn't like me, but we're fighting no matter what, even if we were best friends or we hated each other.
I don't know. Honestly, it's a very peculiar, peculiar,
Peculiar, yeah, peculiar, yeah.
peculiar. Yeah, that's a hard word.
It is.
Uh,
No, no, it is. We mess up words all the time here.
it's a very like different feeling, because at the same time we're kind of like talking like who doesn't like each other first and things like that. But I think we're both like very smiley and very like you know good vibe, at least from all the interviews. She always seems, but she is kind of throwing a lot of shade, I think. I mean, I
Mm.
saw one of the things that she did, and I had like red hair, and she gave me like a two. I'm like, what, girl? You gave me like a two? Like, heck no, So there is a lot of shade coming out, but yeah, I mean, there's tension for sure. It's different than what I'm used to, but just being the champion, and I'm trying not to take everything personal, because I feel like everyone's like attacking me, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm the champion. That's what they're supposed to do. So it's just you have this target on your back, and they need to be confident. They need to get into your mindset somehow. You know what I mean, and try to throw you off your game, and just sell the fight. You know what I mean. Obviously, selling the fight is a very, very important case. You see, even with like Islam and Ian, who are very like humble and just like chill guys. It's way different than like a McGregor, or these people that are good at selling things. Unfortunately, the fans, they like the trash talk, but I think in the end of the day, once they start to get the idea of like technical fighters and what can be a good matchup and what can be a scrap and what can be a dogfight and those things, then they can start just enjoying the fight, enjoying paying to watch the fights for what's going to happen the day of, and not the lead up, not necessarily, even though I know the lead up is cool too.
What was the process of getting this fight booked? Like, I mean, I think a lot of people expected your first title defense would be against Waylay. Was that what you were expecting once you win the belt and the dust settled? Like, how did Jillian become the opponent? Like, how did that all play out?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely was expecting Whaley. I mean, I was expecting to fight Whaley even to get the title, like to fight for the title. So when the whole vacate thing happened and stuff, I was like, okay, then not just me, but me, my team, and I think most of the people thought that my first title defense would be against Whaley. I know that we had talked a little bit about Macau, me fighting her in Macau. I didn't want to fight in China. Then we had obviously the White House card, and then I don't know what happened, that didn't fall through. I don't know if that was I don't know what happened behind that, but then we were focused on the White House, the June 14th. So I started training for June 14th, like in March, but without knowing who I'd be fighting, once they said that Whaley won't be in at the White House card, I kept training because I'm like, well, if anything happens, you never know. You know how the UFC is, right? They can, they added Josh or John Harkett.
Yeah, Hokett, Josh Hokett.
Hokett was like 3 weeks before they added him in, So I'm like, we're gonna be training just in case. Then Jillian fought April 17th, I think, against Amanda Lemos. I have one loss to Amanda Lemos. So then the talk started happening around her fight. Hey, I think maybe the winner of this fight could be your next title match, And so I'm like, okay, just being prepared. Jillian won that. She was on, that became her 5-fight win streak. She was already on a 4-fight win streak. That became a 5-fight win streak. And that was just kind of, that's the fight that made sense. And then they confirmed it to me, and we were already in training for the White House. So we didn't have a date then. I was training just in case. They actually tried to get us. Well, I don't know if it was for Jillian, but they had mentioned maybe joining the card last minute on the May 9th card, which was Sean Strickland and Chimaev. But that was too soon for me since we were the whole time training for June 14th. I was like, man, 1 month earlier with all my obligations and responsibilities, just after my title fight, we programmed it. I said any day after June 14th and after, and then they came up with Philly, and what iconic state and city to fight in, with Rocky Balboa. I'm like, this is awesome.
Have you been to Philly before?
Never. My first time.
Okay, we're in New York, so we've been to Philadelphia. Philly has a very it's similar to New York, but a different feel. Have you heard the accents of any of the Philly
a little
people?
Bit. A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tested us a little bit on some of the slang, like the words that they used to choose sometimes. So yeah, a little bit. But I will say it's so much fun here. The fans are great, but what a hard city to be cutting weight in. It's like with the Philly
I know.
Sandwich.
I was gonna ask about.
Oh my gosh.
Do you have your eyes on a Philly cheesesteak or anything like that? Yeah, Philly cheesesteak.
Philly cheesesteak. I have like 5 restaurants lined up for after weigh-ins, the night of, the day of the fight day, after fight, Sunday. I leave like late Sunday, So I'm building up all my restaurants and my food for after this fight.
Are you very specific about what you put into your body fight day? Obviously, right after the weigh-ins, you want to get rehydrated and everything. But on fight day, after you're done with, you do the ceremonial weigh-ins and all that, on fight day, are you very specific about it? Or are you somebody that can kind of just, as long as you get proper fuel, you're ready to go?
No, I mean, I usually stick to like rice, beans, and like meat, that's basically my diet, like all through camp, like obviously salad and a lot of like veggies and stuff like that. But my main diet for my whole camp and training is protein, like meat, red meat, and then like my carbs is usually rice and then beans. So I try to stick to like Brazilian steakhouse. That will be like my go-to after my or any steakhouse in general. But we have a Brazilian steakhouse very close by, so that will definitely be after my weigh-in where I'll go. Try to stick with the foods similar to what I feel good during my sparrings and my camps. And then on fight day, I'll definitely make sure to get I like to at least get one spaghetti meal in.
Okay.
Carb load, just to really soak in all the liquids and just kind of bulk up one more time before I get into the fight moment.
Yeah.
What was it? So you got to walk out on stage at the Golden Globes. What was that like?
Oh, I mean, not being an actress, it was pretty hard. Honestly, I was like, not that, because they wanted us to act. Basically, we had to kind of put on this mean face. I keep telling Paramount and just everyone, I'm like, okay, whatever movies I end up doing or anything like that, don't make me like the Ronda Rousey mean girl. I gotta be like, the smiley girl that can kind of kick your butt, and then like comedy or something like that, because I can't make a mean face, But it was super fun. It was really just exciting because like all the actors and actresses, they were like actually really big fans of us as fighters, you know what I mean? So they were
cool.
like very interested in just kind of getting to know us and like our background and you know what I mean, what we do. And it's just cool to see that, you know, everyone, you know, we got to meet, we saw people saw that like what 15 seconds, but I mean we did the whole red carpet, we did all the everything, you know what I mean? So it was really, really exciting and really cool just to meet so many different people and see how normal they all are, honestly. You know what I mean? Like awesome, like it's a different industry, honestly. That's just really what it is. We all have our own industries.
Who stuck out to you the most that you met?
I mean, Dakota Fanning. I mean, I've always watched a lot of her stuff, but just like I complimented her on her dress, and then I realized who it was after. You know what I mean? And I was like, because I mean, I've seen her in movies since she was little. You know what I mean? And just seeing her like, you know, like me as an adult, and we're like, you know, older now, and it's just like, wow, like she's just been in this for so long, and it was just really cool. That was a big surprise for me that someone who I've been watching so long, when I saw her, I didn't even recognize it was her. I was just complimenting the dress because she looked beautiful, and then I was like, oh, great to meet you. You know what I mean? Like I'm a fan of your movies and everything like that. So that was cool.
Obviously, I mean, your jiu-jitsu is world known, but did you get to see, speaking of actors, Jonah Hill talking about his jiu-jitsu skills and how he could quote unquote annihilate 99% of the population? I wanted to, before we get you out of it here, your take on that, obviously as a champion in the UFC with your phenomenal background in jiu-jitsu. Did you agree with Jonah Hill? I know he's a blue belt. I don't know how many stripes he has on his belt, but that was one of the more viral clips on the internet about 2 weeks ago.
Well, he's a comedian, isn't he? Like
I think he was serious. I think he was serious when he was saying it.
Well, I mean, honestly, I mean, I don't know about 99%, you know. I mean, I do think I think that a lot of people who go into martial arts or enjoy watching martial arts, I think that they probably do have some type of like fighting instinct. You know, I'm gonna break it down like real for you guys. I do think that they have some type of survival instinct. So, I mean, I'm gonna say, just for him to be training jiu-jitsu, I mean, black belts in general, it's like less than 1% of the population of the world. You know what I mean? So I think that is one big step above a lot of the population of the world. And I think as a black belt, obviously we know how to, you know, chokes and arm bars and things like that, but we do know how to throw a punch, and we know how to like whatever, even use a gun or a knife and things like, I mean, if I can like choke you and if you don't tap, you could die. If I wanted to hold on to him more, I have to have some type of willingness to be able to like kill someone if I wanted to, you know what I mean? That's the kind of power you have in your hands, which is why if we get in a fight on the streets or something, we get in trouble because I don't know what they call it, like you get more in trouble being a black belt or a fighter if you get in a regular street fight in the street, you know what I mean? So obviously a blue belt is not a black belt, and this goes for all martial arts, like Muay Thai, if you have a Muay Thai background, or you know, whatever type of background, wrestling. But I do think the fact that he does train jiu-jitsu, I think that he could be able to go a little crazy in a street fight if he needed to, and the fact that he does know how to maneuver in. Yeah, like I said, I mean, if he knows how to choke someone out, you know, and if someone who has zero, and I'm saying like they don't watch martial arts, they don't watch fight movies, they don't like watching UFC. I mean, even if you've never practiced it, but if you watch the UFC, I mean, I'm sure if you are fighting for your life, you know how to like, I'm gonna try this freaking head kick, you know, and so you know, we go down to survival skills. I think he is ahead in a lot of martial and against a big majority of the population.
Yeah. Obviously, like that 1% is probably people that also train and are just a little bit, maybe just, you know, there's NFL football players out there. I would assume that he can't. Have you guys met? Did you guys meet any of the NFL players, the Eagles or anything? Or I think they're practicing right now. So
not yet.
Not yet. Yeah. You notice them. They're tall.
Yeah, I can imagine.
They make heavyweights look looks small. But anyways, thank you so much, Mackenzie. Best of skill on Saturday night. We can't wait to watch you perform, and we hope the weight cut goes great. And we can't wait to watch you on Saturday night. Thank you for your time.
And for the record, I got you in any kind of fight over Jonah Hill. Just want that.
Oh,
Thank you. I appreciate that.
all right. Bye-bye.
Good luck. Thank you.
Bye.